Hello everyone, before we begin, I would want to take a moment to thank Jia Kapoor for giving me the opportunity to present this video. Everything you're about to see, the ideas, the filmmaking process, the creative decisions, and everything else behind this project is entirely Jia's work. I have simply learned from her, followed her guidance, and I'm honored to present this masterclass on behalf of Jia Kapoor Films. With that said, let's dive into how this viral horror short film was created using Pixverse. 1 million views, a single short horror film, and a story that took on a life of its own. This is the story of Annabelle, our viral horror short film that reached over 1 million people worldwide. But what if we told you this entire film wasn't shot with a camera? No crew, no actors, no lights. Just AI. Every frame, every flicker of shadow, every breath of fear was created entirely with AI. And behind it all was one tool that made it possible: Pixverse. In this video, we'll take you inside the process of how we used Pixverse to bring Annabelle to life, how each shot, each sound, and each eerie moment came together, from a simple idea to a full-blown viral short film. Welcome to the making of Annabelle short horror film. Welcome to the world of AI cinema. So this is how the interface of Pixverse looks. As you can see on the left hand side, we have all of these options of creating video, creating image. Then you have the agent, template, transition, speech, and there are many more functions as well. So we will go through most of them which we encountered in our film that we created via Pixverse, and we'll go through them one by one. So for Annabelle, we had created all of the shots that we needed as in images through ChatGPT, and we had all of those images in the folder. So as you can see over here, if we can just go over these images, we had all of these images already created. So we had a kind of a storyboard and a blueprint for the film that we wanted to make. We had a story in mind, and as per the story, we created all of these frames. So what we did next was, so we'll go in the video section. As you can see in the video section, we'll just first go through all of these things. So you have the model. So when we go over here, you can see there is V5, V5 fast, V4.5, and then V4. So the V5 is the latest model that the Pixverse is offering, and it's really dynamic. It's the prompt adherence is very accurate, and the images are much crispier and much more lifelike compared to the other models. I mean, this is the top model that Pixverse is offering right now. So using that model and using the images that we have already created through ChatGPT, we would be stitching together the whole film. So I did what we can do is we can just upload the image from here, and let's say we upload one of the images. Okay, let's do this. So we'll upload this image, and I'll put smile and blinks eyes, and I'll create this image. So one good thing about Pixverse is, as you can see, the video generation is very fast. It's one of the fastest of all the AI platforms that we have encountered, and we have used a lot of AI platforms for creating these short films, but Pixverse is the fastest in generating the videos. And also you have the option of if we go here, you can see you have the duration selection, resolution, and then also you have the create count. So if you want to create, let's say 3 or 4 images or videos all at once, then you can do that. You have the seed selection over here as well. So the other thing is that you have the option of selecting the resolution from here, and you have the option of selecting the ratio from here. So usually when you are doing short film for YouTube, you usually go with the landscape aspect ratio, which is a 16:9. I mean, that's the usual cinematic landscape ratio. And if you want to create let's say an Instagram reel, or you want to create a YouTube short, or TikTok sorry, TikTok content, then you'll probably look at using this option. And as we can see, the image has been created. So this was, as you can see, smiles and blinks eyes. This was the actual image, you can see over here. So you had a little bit of smoke in the background, and this was the image. And this is what Pixverse ended up creating. It looks really dynamic. It looks real. As you can see, the smoke in the background, it looks so real. In the same image, we have the option of upscaling it, extending it, creating sound, restyling, speech, and swap. So we'll go through these functionalities one by one. First, we'll just go and take a look at the other things we have over here. So you have the auto sound. So if you are creating a video and you use this auto sound, then it would create. So for example, if I do that and then I do the prompt, like I need let's say ambient sound of a shop, people passing by. Cars passing on the road. And we can do very far away. So this is like the ambient sound that you can create. So if you do that, then in that image you will have the ambient sound. So let's use this second image over here, and we can do the same thing. Looks here and there, and you will have the ambient. So we have the switched on the ambient sound, and it will create the ambient sound. So you don't have, when you're doing the edit, you don't have to put the ambient sound externally. It will be just baked into the video as well. So we can do that, and let's say we do the create count as 3, and yeah, and let's do it 8 second 1080p, and then click on the create. So because we had 3 counts, the create count, so it's doing 3. As you can, as I told you, it's pretty fast. It's much faster than the other AI platforms out there. And okay, so once this is done, we will take a look at all the images. The other thing that is really good in Pixverse is the auto speech. So the auto speech is if you want the character to say something. For example, I want the doll to say hello, how are you? So it would also include the lip sync, which is a functionality which is not present in a lot of AI platforms. So you have to do that separately. So while creating the video, in the video itself, you can create the sound, which is really nice. And you have the option of, let's say we pick one.
Emily here. I'm Chloe, full of strength.
And we do this, and let's do the create count as 1, and let's create the image. So our images are getting processed, and in the meantime we will take a look at the other functionalities. So in the meantime, the videos are getting processed. We will take a look at the other thing, which is extend. So with the extend tool, what you can do is, if you click on the extend, you can take an existing video and then extend it. For example, for this image, if we use the extend feature, so it will go to the extend, it will switch automatically to the extend, and then you have the option of extending it for 5 seconds or 8 seconds, and here we are selecting 8 seconds. And then in the prompt, you have to tell what do you want to do. For example, we can say we want the doll to move away. The doll moves away from the scene. So what we have already created, in the next 8 seconds, this would be extended in such a way that the doll moves away. So we can keep on extending that to up to, I think it's 30 minutes or so, 30 seconds or so, which is really good. So for example, if we have a door and we want the doll to go up to the door and, you know, open the door and go away, so we can create all of that scene through the extend, and it works really well. So let's do this. The doll moves away from the scene. We have the 8 seconds, so she will probably go away from here, and we will click on create. In the meantime, we also have, you see, it made it so quickly. So as you can see here, we have the ambient sound on, and the ambient sound looks so good. So if we remember, we had done the extend feature for one of the footage, and if we take a look at that particular extend feature, we can see how that was created. So you can see over here, so we had given the prompt, the doll moves away from the scene. So as you can see in the footage over here, as we have extended the scene, so the dolls goes and moves away from the scene. So we can also, as you can see at the end of the footage, she goes up to the window. So we could also extend it even further by saying the doll jumps out of the window or something like that. So let's try and do that for this particular extend as well. So we can extend it even further. We'll just click on extend and then say the doll escapes from the window, and we'll just do a 5-second extend. Okay, and let's do it. So as I told you, that the extend feature is very useful if you wanna create a scene and then take that scene further into a particular direction. For example, in this scene we had the doll lying on the desk, and then we just gave it initial prompt of the doll moving its head and looking here and there, and then in the extend we said the doll moves away from the scene, or moves away from the desk where she was sitting. So in the extend, she actually came off from the desk, and then she started moving towards the window. And now in this further extension, what we have done is we have asked the doll escapes from the window. So in this extension, ideally the doll, the Annabelle, should just escape from the window. So she could basically just jump out of it, or something like that. So that would give us a whole new set piece in itself. Okay, so we can see over here that the scene has completed, and let's see how it turned out. Okay, so she looks here and there, and then she moves towards the window, and let's see if our extend works. So she escapes from the window, and that's perfect. So that's how we did the whole scene, and it looks beautiful. I mean, for a particular set piece, if we have to create like the doll is escaping from the building, or escaping from the room, or escaping from the antique shop, whatever the story is, it will perfectly fit in that situation. So that's the extent for us. So it's like that. So we play around with all of these different videos and see which video would be perfect for stitching together in the movie. So this is how we do that. So I'm going back to the extend feature. So this is the extend one, and which is getting ready. And in the meantime, we will again take a look at the other features that we have over here. So you have a preview mode. So in the preview mode, you can generate multiple raw resolution videos at a lower cost, then upscale only the one we are satisfied with, which is a very good feature. So it uses really less credits. So for example, in this one, if I click the preview mode, you see it was taking 120 credits, and if I do the preview mode, it's just taking 96 credits. And it gets even better if you do, like I had done 4, which would have usually taken 480 credits, and then when preview mode on, it just takes 384 credits, which is 100 credits less than what usually would have taken. And you get to upscale only the one which you feel is right. So you can choose from all of these options and then only upscale the one which is right. And the other thing is which is really good in Pixverse is you have all of these camera control options. So you have the horizontal left, horizontal right, vertical up, vertical down, crane, dolly zoom in, and all of these shots. So for example, let's say for okay, I think it's ready. So let's first do the camera. So let's say for example we have one of these image, and I would choose the camera as Dutch angle, looks here and there, and in this one it would be a Dutch angle. We would just do 1. So depending on the kind of scene that you want to create, for example, the Dutch angle goes really well in a horror movie, and if you want to put all of that in the video, so you can have all of that within the Pixverse itself. So for example, I have clicked Dutch angle, so it will, as you can see in this preview, it will do the camera angle like this. And so we'll just cancel the ambient sound and the ambient speech, and we will just click on the create. We'll just cancel the preview mode, we'll just create on the click on the create button. So now for this one we are doing the Dutch angle. This one, if you remember, we had done the auto speech, which was this one, hi, hello, how are you? And let's see how that is done.
Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?
So as you can see in this video, it turned out really well. So she says hello, how are you, in the same the kind of person that we selected. So if you want, so there's one more thing. So because if you click this video, you can see it says hello, how are you at the start of the video. And if we don't want that, if we don't want her to speak hello, how are you at the start, for example, if we want her to speak hello, how are you at this stage rather than the start, so there is a neat little trick that you can do. So what we would do is we would just extract the video without the audio. For example, so this was the video, right? So we'll just extract the video without the audio that was spoken. We'll just extract it, and then we would also, in 11 labs or something like that, we will create the audio. But in that editing timeline, for example, let's say we click this video over here. Okay, so let's say we click this video. Let's do it for me. Let's say we click this video over here, and if we want her to say hello, how are you, let's say I do it. Hello, how are you? So I have said hello, how are you, and I want that character to say hello, how are you, let's say after 3 seconds. So what I would do is I'll just slide it over here, right? And once I have slid it over here, and then I would export just the audio. And once I have exported the audio, let's see, we will do audio only, and then we'll do the export. Just export the audio. So how we do the speech is we upload the video, which is without the speech, right? And then we upload the audio. So this is a really neat trick in Pixverse, and this is actually I don't think there is any other AI platform out there which does it in such a good manner. And the good thing about Pixverse is the limit for doing one single take of dialogue is 30 seconds, as you can see, and none of the AI platform out there provides 30 seconds of audio. So it says your audio is exploring, and we have this 5 minutes. You see, hello, how are you, and it says that hello, how are you after 3 seconds. So if we want that flexibility of, okay, the character saying the lines after 2 or 3 or 4 seconds or whatever that is, and if we even want the character to say lines for like 15, 20, even up to 30 seconds, like a long line, they can do that. So For example, let's do it. We will click on create, and we'll go back to this, and here I will speak a much longer line. Okay, and we'll just click cancel this. So in this video we are going to speak for a much longer time. We are not just going to speak for 5 seconds. We are gonna speak for at least 20 seconds, so that we can test out the feature of Pixverse, where a single 5-second video can give you an output of around 30 seconds. So we have done this. So this is a 23-second video, right? So let's just do it like this. It speaks after it. So that's 25 seconds, 25 seconds. So we will just do the export, and we would then okay, once that is done, so we'll go to the whatever scene that you want to create, and create the dialogue for that particular scene. So you'll have the scene over here, you'll just upload that, and doesn't matter, the scene does not need to be 30 seconds. That's the good thing about Pixverse. So you can just have a simple 5-second scene, and it will automatically stretch the scene to match the dialogue. So we had that 5 seconds one, and so here we'll change it to the 30 seconds one, 25 seconds one. Okay, and this audio is uploading. So it's a 25-second audio and just a 5-second video, but it will automatically adjust the video to play it for 5 seconds. So play it for 25 seconds. So we'll just click on create, and in the meantime we can check at the 5 seconds one.
Hello, how are you?
You see how beautiful it created.
Hello, how are you?
So we had used the camera feature of dolly zoom in, so it's zooming in. So you have to imagine this with the sound, with the music, the dolly zoom in, and the doll speaking the words, and you can just imagine. See,
hello, how are you?
So this looks absolutely beautiful. So we can then go back to the video. So this was the Dutch angle and the zoom in. So this was basically pretty much how you would use Pixverse in these circumstances. So as I told you, there is these 4 models. You'll better off using the V5, and then you have the duration 5 second, 8 second. You have the resolution 360, 540, 720 and 1080p. You have the camera angles, and depending on what you want, you want to pull in, you want a dolly zoom, you want a quick push in. Let's do a quick push in. So let's do this quick push in, and let's say smiles, and then we would do okay. So this would be a quick push in, and so these are the camera angles. You have auto sound, you have auto speech, you have the style. So you have off peak mode as well. So off peak mode is basically you end up saving 50% of your credits. It's just the thing is, results are usually delivered within 1 hour, and I'm pretty sure they are delivered much faster than that, even much faster than 1 hour. It's just you are not putting load on the system, and to reward you for that, they save your 50% credit. So if you're not in a rush to create the videos, you can just use this functionality, and then it will just save your 50% credits. So this is the count, create count, this is the seed. So this is pretty much the video thing, and now we would go and take a look at the image one, which is the second part of the video, where we'll see how we can create similar kind of images which I had created through ChatGPT. We can create the similar kind of images in Pixverse as well. So in the meantime, we can take a look. This was the 26-second audio that we had done in Final Cut, and then we put that in this video. As you can see how it turned out.
So in this video we are going to speak for a much longer time. We are not just going to speak for 5 seconds. We are going to speak for at least 20 seconds, so that we can test out the feature of Pixverse, where a single 5-second video can give you an output of around 30 seconds.
So I'll play it again.
So in this video we are going to speak for a much longer time. We are not just going to speak for 5 seconds. We are going to speak for at least 20 seconds, so that we can test out the feature of Pixverse, where a single 5-second video can give you an output of around 30 seconds.
So as you could see how beautiful that looked, and in the same video we can do the upscale, and we can also put a sound. So in the same video, for example, I want to put clock music, let's say music, scary horror, piano music playing in the background. So what I had done in the same video is I put scary horror piano music playing in the background. So what that would do is give us a complete package. So we will have the ambient sound, we'll have the dialogue, we have the video, and we also have the background score. And let's see how that turns out to be. And you would have noticed by now it's really fast. I mean, we ended up creating so many videos, and there has been so less lag. Okay, so I think that's about it for the video. Now we would take a look at the image thing. So we have done all of the tutorial in the video. So in the video, just a quick walkthrough. We looked at the different models, the duration, how we change the resolution, the preview mode. You have the different ratios, off peak mode, auto sound, speech, and the create count and all of that. So now we will go and take a look at the image. So image is also one of the great features of Pixverse. So with image you can actually create the blueprint and the storyboards and the initial dialogue sequence, the initial scene sequences for the particular video. So once you can create all of these different images, then we can proceed and convert those images into 5 or 10 second videos and then stitch them together as per the need of the film. So let's take a look at the different images that we have over here. So we have three types of models: Gwen Image, Sea Dream 4.0, and Nano Banana. In my experience, Nano Banana is one of the best image generating platforms on Pixverse that we have available, and it's really great. So we will be doing most of our images in Nano Banana, and so let's select that. And we have the resolution auto selected as 1080p. You have the ratio in all of these formats. We will select this. We'll do count, let's say 2. And then if you have to create different scenes in a particular short film, so what we do is we create one image, right? And then we use that image to create all these different images. For example, let's say we take this particular Annabelle doll, and then we have saved this image, and then we have uploaded the image over here. So what we did was we click, we'll click it over here. So we will click over here, and we will select one of the images. So let's select this one. So this is the base image that we have used. So what we can do is, now using this base image, we can create all different sorts of images. So for example, we'll say the doll is lying outside on the road, night scene. So we would create that, and then we can also, let's do the create count as 1. The doll is driving a car, night time, create the doll, and then we will do the doll is getting out of the car, creates. So you can see how beautiful images it created. As you can see over here, the doll is lying outside on the road, night scene. So you can see it gave us the Annabelle doll lying in the middle of the road. It looks really creepy, and it just goes perfectly well for the horror aesthetics that we are aiming for. So you can see the doll is lying on the road, night scene, and then we had the other one, the doll lying outside on the road, night scene. So we had done 2 images in this one, so it gave us 2 different options. One was, I would say, more vibrant, and this is a little bit colder, and it's also a closer shot than this one, and both look beautiful, to be honest. And then the other one, the doll is driving a car nighttime. As you can see, the doll is driving the car, and then the doll getting out of the car. So we should have mentioned that night scene to do the consistency, so we can do that at night, and then we will click on create. So as you can see, you can also copy this seed over here, and then once you do the other image generation, this would ensure that the characteristics, the features, the facial features, and the aesthetics of the image remain consistent in all the different images. So this is pretty much creating all the different images through this image tool, and I find these images to be very, very good. I mean, as good as the ones we used in our actual film. So as you can see, the doll is getting out of the car. So this is the image section, and I'm not sure if there's anything else that we want to do here, because it's just you use your creativity. I mean, you can take the prompts from ChatGPT or any other AI platform, and then fill those prompts in here, and then it will automatically give you the images. But with the bare minimum prompts as well, as you could see, we just say the doll is getting out of the car, the doll is driving the car, the doll is lying in the middle of the road at night. Even with bare minimum prompts, it was able to give us pretty much highly cinematic and highly detailed images. So Pixverse is in the backend also enhancing each and every prompt, so that's a good thing. So you can easily get away with simpler prompts. And let's say the doll is flying a plane at night, just for the sake of it. I mean, so we could see the contrasting images that it's creating. And let's do one thing. Let's do count 4, and then we can do 4 different images over here. So we are doing 4 different images over here. So this, you can see the doll is flying the plane at night. So you could easily see that the doll is flying in a plane over the night sky, and we have 4 different options as well. So the good thing is, depending on what kind of scene and what kind of particular camera angle and what kind of framing we need, we have all of these different options. So if I want to take a shot from the front on, so this is something you can use, and then this is from the side. This is again not, I mean, this is not that great one compared to the other ones, and this one is also okay-ish. So you have all of these options. I mean, this is really beautiful. So you have all of these options. You can tweak in the images to get the desired result and eventually get the desired scene. So this finishes the image section in that sense with the nano banana. We would also let's do one with Seedream and see the difference between these different images. The doll is, let's say, driving the car at night. So this would be Seedream, and the next one would be Quen image. So we can with this compare the different models that we have, Quen, Seedream, and Nano Banana. As per my observation, Seedream and Quen are not that great. I mean, depending on what kind of aesthetics are you going for. For example, if someone is making an animated film or someone is making a lighter tone film, I think probably Quen or Seedream would be a good option, especially Seedream. As you can see, this is much more vibrant, much more lifelike, and with this one also, it's not that bad. I mean, it's good, but with the thing is with the Nano Banana, it just feels more realistic and more lifelike. So these were the 3 different models. You have the resolution over here, and you have the creative companion. So creative companion is basically you give the prompt and then it enhances the prompt and tells you what kind of prompt you could put in that. But that's, in my personal experience, never used that because that's not needed. Already the inbuilt feature of Pixverse, which automatically enhances the prompt, is pretty good enough that you won't need creative companion. So this was the image section of the tutorial. So let's now go to the other section, which is transition. So transition is basically if you want to create a cohesive scene in a short film. So for example, if you have 3 different images and you want to join these different images together and create a particular scene in the short film or in any kind of video that you're making, then this is a real game changer. So we have the same models, V5, V4.5, V4, and you have the duration as 1 to 6 seconds. Let's say the resolution is 720p. We would, let's say we do the 3 images. Image 1, we have the image 2, we have the image 3. So in these 3 images, in one of the image we had the doll on the road, in one of the image we had doll in the car, and one of the image we had doll getting out of the car. So let's make it more interesting. You know what, let's new. So I have added one more image, which is the doll lying on the road. So this is like, okay, so in this, the first image is doll lying on the road, then she gets up, then she gets in the car, and then she drives away in the car. Okay, so let's cancel this. This is not the one we want. Yeah, so the sequence in the fusion mode is like this: the doll lying on the road, she gets up, she gets in the car, and she drives away, and then she gets out of the car. So let's do it and let's create the scene. So fusion mode, as I said, basically is the functionality in Pixverse where you can combine these 4 different images together and create one cohesive scene. And in the same fusion mode, you have the possibility of adding the sound. So when I say adding the sound, so this is like ambient sound, this is the auto speech. So for example, if you want your character to say something in the whole clip, you can add this and then, you know, put the lines in here. And then you have the off-peak mode, which we have already discussed. You have the seed, and so we'll just wait for it to process, and then we'll have the whole cohesive scene. In the meantime, we can actually do one more till it's getting processed. We can do, let's say auto speech. Hey, the doll says, hey, I just got up from the road. And then we'll do the,
I'm Isabella. Call me Ava.
I'm Sophia.
so we have just selected the sound, and we'll just click on the create. So we are creating 2 fusion scenes. In one of the scenes it was 4 images, and in one fusion scene we have 2 images, and in the other one we have also added sound where the doll, when she just gets up, she says, hey, I just got up from the road. Okay, I think we have the one of the first fusion the transition ready. So if we see this, see how beautiful it looks. She gets up from the road, she goes in the car, jumps in the car, and then she drives off, and then she gets away from the car. It's as I said, you need more and more practice, and you need to just do it a couple of times till you get it right. But this is in itself not that bad, to be honest. I mean, there are some glitches here and there, but it's still good. I mean, with good sound, good music, you can, you know, do a fast cut. It's more like a transition. Yeah, she just goes here to there, jumps in the car, and then just drives away and then gets off. So this could be used in a scene depending on, you know, what kind of scene it is. We have the other one ready as well. Let's see. So we'll just refresh it. So sometimes it's very rare that the video doesn't play, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been processed. It's actually been processed, and sometimes you need to download it and check, and that happens very rarely. So let's do one thing. Let's just download this and see how it looks.
Hey, I just got up from the road.
As you can see.
I just got up from the road.
Okay, so this has been processed as well.
Hey, I just got up from the road.
So she says, "Hey, I just got up from the road," and then she walks here. So that's fine.
Got up from the road.
So as I said, so this is how you use the Fusion to the best of your abilities. For example, if you're creating a cohesive scene in the short film, so you would use Fusion. The max that you can go in Fusion is 7 images, which is pretty good, very good, because then and every image is approximately 5 seconds. So you can see there's a transition of 5 seconds, so that's around 35 seconds, and you can easily, you know, create very good scene, a very cohesive scene depending on your images. So the critical thing here is to get the images right, which feels like completely cohesive and, you know, flowing together one after the other, and that would create a very good cohesive scene in transition. Sorry if I had been saying Fusion sometimes, I just got confused with the Fusion, but this is the transition. So this finishes image, video and transition, and then we will now go and take a look at Fusion and swap after this. So now we are going to take a look at the Fusion. So Fusion feature is actually a pretty cool feature. So what we do in the Fusion is, let me just go here. Okay, so as you can see over here, so you can in the Fusion you can take an image and then create the subject and the background in the particular image, and then kind of tweak that image. So for example, let me just take an example. So we would upload this image, and then we would choose the background. So we could, for example, in this image we can choose the background as beach, and then we can also choose, let's say, balloon. And so we have chosen Annabelle, beach and balloon. So what we can do in the Fusion feature is we can kind of modify the image in such a way that so we can have one background, one object and one image. So let me just show you how that is done. So we click edit here. So here we have to choose the category. So for example, so for this we'll choose, this is a subject, right? So we'll do the save. Here again we'll choose the category. So this is the background, and then we'll do the save, and let's do this as the subject as well. So on the left hand side we have the same features, the model and the duration, resolution and the ratio, aspect ratio and all of that. So let's create this one. So this would essentially create the doll with the beach as a background and balloon as the object in the image. So if we wanna kind of fuse 2 or 3 different images together to create one cohesive look, we can do that. So this is one of another neat and cool feature in Pixverse, where you can essentially have 3 different elements from 3 different things. For example, I want Annabelle in standing next to let's say an antique shop. So what I would do is create an antique shop, take the pic of the Annabelle, use Annabelle as the subject and antique shop as the background. So you can basically place Annabelle anywhere you like. You just need to create the background for that, and it will be easily done. So this gives you another added layer of flexibility. So let's see, the video is ready. So you can see the beach in the background, Annabelle over here, and you have the balloon. This will obviously not go with the aesthetics, but this was just of the horror film, that we were making, but just to give you an example. So you can have much darker, like, as I said, the charity shop, the antique shop, or some kind of a scary background or scary object, and then you can tweak it in such a way to create that one cohesive look. So this was the fusion. So the other feature is the sound. We have already done that. So this is basically done to create the ambient sound in any of the videos that you have created. So you can use the help of ChatGPT or something like that to create that particular sound. So for the sound, describe the sound. For example, the sound of waves hitting the shore. So from here you select the video. So you can go in the assets and you can just let's do this for an example. So we created this video a while back where she gets up. Does she say something?
Hey, I just got up from the road.
Okay, so this was the video where she says, hey, I just got up from the road, which we had done in the transition one. So let's try to have a sound of cars running in the background, night ambience. So this would basically give us a background sound. So we'll put it here, and in the meantime the sound is getting created. We'll take a look at the speech. So speech was again the same thing. You either upload it from the local file or the assets, and then whatever that is, let's say this one, and then any dialogue that you have created, let's say from 11 Labs, you put the dialogue in here, and if you want that dialogue to start at a particular time, then you edit that in your a video editing software like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere or anything, DaVinci, whatever you're using. You can edit that audio as per the clip, and then if you want your audio to start at a later stage, that could be done in the edit. Otherwise the audio will just start as it is. So you click on the audio, enter lines or upload audio. You can also enter lines and then or either upload audio, which is a dialogue file that you have created through 11 Labs or anything like that, any similar platform, and then create the dialogue, and it's the perfect lip sync, which we have already seen in this. For example, in this example, this one.
So in this video, we are going to speak for a much longer time. We are not just going to speak for 5 seconds. We are going to speak for at least...
so this is what we had done in the past. As you can see, this sign over here, this denotes that it's the speech. And let's see. So okay, so this completes the speech sound, and we have I think the fusion one ready. Let's see. As you can see how beautiful the ambience. As you can see, the sound of cars running in the background, night ambience. The sound is very, very good. It has completely created that night ambience, the cars running in the background. So it's created a scene in itself, which you can directly put into the video editing software and proceed with the film. So this completes the speech section as well. So now we have restyle and character. So let's take a look at the restyle. So restyle is basically taking a video and restyling into a particular theme. So for example, if we take this video that we had created, the one where Annabelle is driving off, or let's pick one from the assets. Okay, let's see. let's cancel this. So we will take one from the assets and let's pick this one. So with the restyle, you can actually change the whole video into a particular style. For example, if you want to do the Simpsons style of cartoonish thing, or painterly style, or clay style, cyberpunk, and all of that features you have. So let's do the Van Gogh style, and let's create this, and also let's do Ghibli style as well. So this just gives that added flexibility of taking a particular video or a particular scene, and then if you wanna convert that into animation or Ghibli style or cartoonish style, then you can do all of that in the restyle. We haven't personally used that a lot because we have been making these short horror films, and that was not needed. But if somebody is actually making this Ghibli style animation or different animated style of videos, then I would guess it would come pretty handy in that. So you have all of these styles to play around in that. So in the meantime, the video is getting generated. We would take a look at the character thing. So with the character, the thing is you can actually take any of the images that you have created and then use that as a base character for creating different scenes. So we have already used Annabelle as the character, and with this we would basically use that particular character to create different scenes. So you can just write anything you want. Let's say she flying in the air over the oceans. So we have just written flying in the air over the oceans. We can do standard motion or smooth motion. So basically they have given an example. So smooth motion is kind of like little bit of slow motion, and standard motion is normal motion that you see in a video. So we have standard motion, smooth motion. So we would probably do the standard motion for this. So you have the styles over here as well, which is really cool. You can do the anime, you can do 3D animation, the comic looks, the cyberpunk, the clay look, and all of these look absolutely stunning. So for this one, we'll just do flying in the air over the ocean, and let's just create. And in the meantime, if you remember, we had done the restyle. So with the restyle, we have got both the videos ready. So this was the Van Gogh style. You see, it looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If somebody is doing an animation or kind of, I would say, storytelling or something like that, then it looks absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. And you can just have calming music over it and kind of a story playing, so it'll look like really, really beautiful. And then you also have this was, I think, Ghibli animation. Looks very beautiful. You can see it's completely changed. It looks really nice, and it would look even nicer when you are making scenes in the outside, like in the open spaces. So just that's the restyling. So with the character, we have also created this flying in the air over the ocean. So the character creation takes a look at the face. So basically they're using the face, and if you want to give an exact prompt, then you have to say flying in the ocean or flying in the air over the ocean, wearing the dress, and whatever this dress is, which is a white frock with red laces. Her hair is long, red, and tied. So I've just for an example, I've just opened this up, but you can actually put this image in ChatGPT and ask it to give you the exact description. So that would be like very, very accurate. So if you want to do this and then do the create, then you will have much more closer to what we had in the image. Since you have the feature like image creation, I think that's something, you know, which if I have to create a short film or something like that, I would actually go and create the images in the image creation, and then basically to use those images to make the videos. As you can see over here, now it's become very different. Red hair, laces, she's flying in the air over the ocean. So this gives an idea. I mean, this needs, because this is only taking into account the face, so you need that exact prompt which you can actually get through ChatGPT to make it like very accurate. This we have not used a lot because we as I said, the image would give you everything and much more already. So Pixverse is front loading with you with so many options at the beginning with the image, you know, creation tool, that you know you won't need these features. I mean, if somebody needs it, that's fair enough, but for somebody creating like short horror films or, you know, short narrative videos, this is much more than enough. Image, video, you have transition, extend, swap, fusion, sound, speech, and all of that. So with this we have basically done a full thorough walkthrough of Pixverse, and so I'll just give a brief run through to all the things that we discussed. So the first one was video. So we had the different models over here, the durations, the resolution, you have the preview mode, you have the ratio selection, you can do the auto sound for the ambient sound, you have the auto speech which can, you know, say the dialogues out loud. Then you have the different styles in here as well: anime, 3D animation, comic, cyberpunk, clay. You have the off-peak mode if you want to save 50% of your credits. You have the create count, you have the seed if you want to keep it consistent. The same thing with the images. You have Quen, Seed, Dream, and Nano Banana. Nano Banana is like very realistic and accurate. You have the different ratios and seeds. You have the transitions which we discussed, like, you know, you can make up to 7 transitions. You have the extend, let's see, if you want to extend the scene and manipulate and, you know, just kind of play out the scene in such a way so that it, you know, coincides and coheses with the story, so it aligns with the story that you have written. You have the swap where you can swap the background, or, you know, have the object in the background like we did over here. Then you have the fusion. With the fusion, I'm not sure if we did swap. 1 second. Okay, so sorry, we didn't do the swap one. So with the swap, it's simple. You can swap a video's target element with a pic. So for example, let's say we do this. So video's target element. So with the target element, what you can do is, so this is actually a good thing. So I have uploaded the video, and now it will ask me, what do you want to swap? So this is a very cool thing. So it says person 1, person 2, person 3, cabinet, lamp, or background. So let's do the background. So I'm saying swap background with, okay, let's do with this. So essentially what we are doing in this swap is, we are saying in this image, in this video, swap the background with this. So this will be the whole thing which will be swapped in the image, and we can just create it. In the meantime, this is getting created, so we will just discuss in short. We did the fusion. The fusion was, you know, creating the picture, the background, and the object, which we did like over here. You have the sound, you have the speech, you have the restyle. We discussed the restyle where you can do, you know, in all different sorts of, in animation, Ghibli style, the cartoon, the animation, and all of that. Then you have the character where you can, you know, use the face of the image and, you know, use it into different scenarios. The only thing is that you would need to kind of, you know, get the whole description of the image through ChatGPT or something like that. So what you would need to do is just upload the image into ChatGPT and then ask ChatGPT to give you a description of the whole image, so you can use that over here to get that accuracy. And then whatever you want to do with that particular image, you can do that in the character creation. All of these different features and all of these different functionalities in Pixverse, which in my opinion, it makes it a complete front to end solution for creating a short film or creating a video, AI video, because you have image creation. From image creation you can create the videos. With videos you can create the ambient sound. You can also create the dialogues, so you can have the character speaking the dialogues. You can extend the scene up to 30 seconds. You have the swap feature, where you can swap the background or any object with a different object. Then you have the fusion, where you can basically fuse the background object and a different image together to create a video. You have the sound feature for the ambient sound. You have the speech for the dialogues. You have the restyling if you want to do a Ghibli style or animation style of video. And then you have the character. So this provides a content creator or budding filmmaker or even seasoned filmmakers with all the tools they would need to create an AI video from front to end. You can create the video, you can create the audio, you can create the image, you can create the dialogues, you can create the ambient sound, and you can extend the video, and you have really good speeds. So guys, thank you so much for taking a look at the video and all the tutorials that we discussed. This fusion swap is ready. We can take a look at the swap. Let's see. So you can see how beautifully it created the swap. So we had swapped the doll was originally in the antique shop, right? And we swapped it with this background. So don't pay attention to the last one, because we would be editing that, because this is not needed. So you just need the 12 seconds, because in the video she was going out of the window and that window was not part of that image, so that's why it was not swapped. But this, the first 12 seconds is what you need if you wanna put it into a different background, because I had not put a good background in the first place and the video was extended. But if you get the idea what I mean, so these 10 seconds and 12 seconds is like the key. So you can have a different background to the original video, and you can even swap out different objects. So that's again a very good feature. And you can also have the option of upscaling all of the videos, so you can have full HD videos for every video that you confirm, okay, so this is the video that I'll be going with. You can finally kind of upscale that, and you also always have that option of extend. So upscale takes, because it's a 20, how much long is it? It's a 21-second video, so upscale will take some credits, which is not that much credits, but still. So always from my personal experience, when you have confirmed all the videos at the end, then upscale only at the last stage, so that you don't end up wasting the credits. So we can do the upscales, and upscale is also pretty fast. Guys, this was the whole tutorial of Pixverse. We would be putting a code. You would get 10% off for any membership that you take on Pixverse. So you will have the code in the description, so if you want, you can use that code. And I hope you had a good time listening and watching this tutorial, and hope this was helpful. Thank you so much.